All right, everyone, welcome back to We Missed the Exit. Today we're doing the Canadian Grand Prix review. A little bit behind here, we have the it's race day, and we have the British uh, preview coming up in a little bit, but figured we'll go through the Canadian Grand Prix review. Circuit de Villeneuve, again, one of my favorite tracks, just because it's the only one I've been to. Um, but really excited to always watch this race and see where I was and um, relive some of those memories. It was a lot of fun. All right, Canadian Grand Prix, your winner, Max Verstappen. Had a great race, did a good job. Sainz pushed at the end, ended up in P2. Um, but Sainz, I really thought was going to get him at the end. I thought for sure. Was really hoping for it because Sainz is on my team as we went over in the preview. But great race from Verstappen, great race from Sainz. Hamilton also had a great race, ended up in third. Um, and then also Leclerc ended up in fifth. Did a little better than I thought he was gonna do. Great race from him as well. Ended up in fifth. Getting some points here. Leclerc did after starting in last. Perez out early. Car died. Very sad to see. Would have been great to see him racing out there. Same with Mick Schumacher. He was racing really well, and he was in the points, and his car just died. Again, Mick can't catch a break between making some mistakes on the course, which happens, um, and then his car just sucking. Last year, not at all his fault. That car was horrible. This year, you can blame it a little bit on the car. Magnussen had a great start to the season, but he's kind of fallen off. There's definitely something wrong with that Haas car if you watch qualifying. And then Sonoda also, his car failed, brought out the safety car, which definitely led to um, some of the changes here but safety cars definitely playing a factor as they always do in the races and stops. This one came down to pit stops and getting your tires uh, on correct. But yeah, Sainz did a great job at tracking down that Ferrari was fast. I thought for sure he's gonna pass Verstappen. Just didn't happen. Leclerc had a great race. He's out there making moves, passing people. Ran into a little bit of a train. He probably could have made it even higher up, and gotten on the podium if he didn't hit some of the slower cards. Ocon holding people up. Held up Ocon held up Bottas. Held up. Well, he didn't held up Zoe, but um, Leclerc he did a great job passing. It just they ran into issues. Um, Alonso started P2, started on the front at 40 years old, and I thought he was going to do better this race. And based on the information that came out after the race, I don't think it was his fault. I think his car just didn't have what it needed. I think he had engine problems, which sucks for him because it would have been great to see him really out there and pushing for the top. We know he can do it. We know this car can do it when it's operating properly. He just had issues, but at least he ended up in the points. Um, McLaren once again screwing their drivers. Had horrible pit stop. Both of them out of the points. I feel like all of their problems are team problems, not driver problems. You could go either way with really Ricardo, but Norris is a good driver and could be in the points every race, and they're screwing them between team orders and pit stops and the way they're handling everything. Their car um, having issues and their pits having issues. They really need to get their stuff together. Uh, really sad. Let's see here. All right, my predictions versus what actually happened. Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, and Lewis Hamilton. I predicted them to go 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Not every day you get to pick a podium, although it's not difficult given how good these drivers are. But um, I didn't have Checo or Leclerc making it up there. So I felt pretty good about it. I had Alonso in fourth. He ended up in the top 10. Sergio Perez, I had fifth. He was out. Leclerc, I had sixth. He ended up doing a little better, ended up in fifth. So he's still in the top 10. Magnussen, I had at 7. I was wrong. Schumacher at 8, wrong. Norris, I had 9, wrong. I had Bottas 10th. He ended up in 7th, so again, top 10. So feeling pretty good about that as well. But again, podium 1, 2, 3. I got it. My driver of the day, Charles Leclerc, fighting for the back of the pack. I know he has a better car than a lot of the other guys. Who knows what would have happened if Perez was still out there? But um, you know, Leclerc had a great race. He fought his way back. Um, Certainly could have gotten a podium if it weren't for a few things. Leclerc, my driver of the day. The standings after the Canadian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is in first still with 175. Perez in second with 129. Leclerc in third with 126, right behind Perez. Uh, Russell in fourth with 111. He's still in the hunt here. Sainz in fifth with 102. Let's see if we can get the Ferraris over the Mercedes, over Mr. Consistency, as he likes to call himself. Valtteri Bottas, Hamilton in sixth with 77. Norris in seventh with 50. Bottas in eighth with 46. Ocon in ninth with 39, right in front of his teammate. Alonso in 10th with 18. Gasly in 11th with 16, Magnussen in 12th with 15, Ricciardo in 13th with 15, Vettel in 14th with 13, Tsunoda in 15th with 11, Albon in 16th with 3, Stroll in 17th with 3, Zhou in 18th with 1, and Schumacher and Latifi remain pointless. Red Bull sits atop the teams with 304. Ferrari is in second with 228. Mercedes is in third with 188, creeping up on that Ferrari with their 3-4 finish here. McLaren is in fourth with 65. Alpine catching them really quickly with 57. Alfa Romeo's in sixth with 51. They're still in the hunt. AlphaTauri in seventh, falling behind. Aston Martin in eighth with 16, just above that Haas team, who is in ninth with 15 points, and Williams in 10th with 3 points. Not a whole lot of movement after this race. Next race, the British Grand Prix. Like I said, today is race day. Not July 2nd, but July 3rd at the Silverstone Circuit. Remember last year when Lewis Hamilton drove Max Verstappen off the track and pushed him into the uh, pushed him off the course and ran him into a wall at 150 miles an hour. Let's see what happens this year. Lewis Hamilton, just a little bit more of his cheating and shenanigans to try to stay ahead. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about Max Verstappen. Uh, Hopefully, Hamilton doesn't try to kill him again this year. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll be up with the British Grand Prix preview in just a little bit. The show's ready to go. Just give us a couple minutes. Thanks for tuning in.